Hello everyone, Jeff here for Respawn Studios with a little detailed walkthrough of the social space of Destiny 2. Now, of course, this is the Destiny 2 beta. They only opened up this area just now. It's closing in 1 minute from when I'm doing this commentary, from 1 p.m. to 2 p.m. Eastern Time to stress test. Now, there's no NPCs. When I loaded in, finally, after a half hour of trying, a guy's standing here like he's a vendor, so I waved to him. I think that's where the postmaster is. But I'm going to give you what I observed in my 18 minutes, or about 19 minutes of walking around the farm. There's some cool things. Again, there's no NPCs here. You can't interact with any of the shops. There's no dead ghosts. There's none of the chickens from the IGN walkthrough. None of that stuff. But you can come in some of the buildings. There's blueprints. There's active computers. You can interact with some lights to turn them on or off. But you could play soccer, and when you score goals, it does set the flares off, so that's pretty cool. But like, here's an open door that you, at least yet, cannot go inside this part of the building. Maybe there's something story related or important in there. Here I see a guy jumping off different things to get on top of the building. I will do this jump a little bit later. But for those that did not get a chance to log in, I got the olive error message a ton trying to get in. I wanted to give you a little walkthrough of what you might come to expect in about 45 days or so when Destiny 2 fully launches. Alright, so here's the other side of that area that was closed off. So the door's open, but you can't go in. Here's one of those lights you could turn off. I was not yet sure what I was interacting with. But there we go, it's just that little light. There's some guns around here, rocket launchers, some sort of device over here. I don't know if it has to do with minerals or what. You could walk out into the water a bit. I don't know if this is where they gather and purify water, since the tube is going out into the kind of lake or ocean over here. There's a bench on the docks. I guess you could jump onto it and sit down or lay down. But I did not try that. It does kind of immediately kill you when you go out of bounds. There are some areas where there's the 5-second countdown to turn back. You see there's some people pretty far above me. I didn't try and get up to where they are. It seemed kind of strange. There was a lot of people there, so I didn't want to mess with that too much. And from what we've seen from the trailers and the IGN firsts, there does seem to be evolutions here. I don't know if like we're going to get to gather materials and build up different parts that have like fallen. If we get to like put back these towers together, build more areas, bring in more people, have things look nicer. But I imagine there'll be something like that. So here's what I was talking about. I didn't go up there where these people apparently found a little way to jump off the areas of the cliff there to get up top. But I do go pretty much everywhere else. I walk across wires to be on the roof of each of the 3 major buildings. Try and go in most of the nooks and crannies. But since they took out all the NPCs and chickens, I imagine they closed off some other things that they don't want you to see quite yet. They want it to be more of a surprise. I was trying to jump back there because it looked cool, but there's an invisible wall. It doesn't let you go. Here's a water wheel, which you could jump in the middle of to get on top of a building. I'll also do that in a bit. You could also jump on, then when you're on top of the building, back onto the top of the water wheel, and it kind of looks like a hamster wheel. Alright, so there's the flares going off. Someone just scored a goal. I'll see another angle of that later when I'm on a rooftop. There's also an invisible barrier here around the edge of the soccer, and here it's a soft barrier, kill barrier. I don't know if that'll exist in the main game, obviously, yet. Here's the soccer ball. It is pretty easy for it to end up outside of the arena. This is the fence, and of course you can go over that. You can knock it down into the water. I'm looking at the green lines. And then there's kind of a forest area behind the hangar before I'm going to go into the hangar later. Some chairs over here. People that wanted to watch people play soccer or football. I think the foliage looks pretty good. There's a whole big area back there that looks nice, but I doubt we'll be able to go there. That's probably part of the patrol area. Alright, so here, making my way behind the hangar, which is directly in front of me a little bit on the left. And there's this kind of forest area you can come in back here. I imagine there'll be a few dead ghosts when the full game comes out, but again, nothing yet. So I like the lighting, I like how the foliage is looking here. And in this week at Bungie, they said this build is a few months old, so the game looks, plays different. This is more about just stress testing, getting some general feedback. So I'm trying to jump up to get up there. It seems like you can, but I thought I didn't make it, so I tried to adjust and I fell to my death. I will also die one more time. Alright, so this is open to go into a basement, and you can kind of see there's a small open room here with boxes, but there's a invisible barrier here at the bottom of the stairs. You can't quite go into that room, at least yet. But here's the big hangar building, which we've seen from the IGN first video and a couple others. Tried going in there again for good measure. It's still closed. Alright, so here's the ship being repaired. It seems like part of a Sparrow there in that red thing right to my right. Another light you could turn on or off. More computers. Looks like this is where Holiday might be. Work on ships, but there's also guns there, so. More pads and things up here. Kind of a workbench area. And you can go up to a third floor. That railing to my left that I just passed, kind of outside the third floor here, I think is from some of the trailers where people observed Ikora, Cayde, and Zavala back in the farm. So I imagine that is like maybe when you finish each of their planets in the main game, they feel like they're now ready to come back, or maybe when you finish the main campaign or something. So again, here's the big ship they're working on. In the walkthrough also for IGN, it shows when people come in, like there would be their ship dropping them off, or ships like pick up NPCs. It's pretty cool looking, but all of that's disabled for now in this 1 hour stress test. Alright, so that's the hangar. I'm going to come out here. Here's some of the Crucible bots. So this is probably where Shaxx is going to be. Here's a fountain down here. Someone praying. This looks like possibly the vault. Same thing over here. When you're not near it, the computers are blue, and then when you get near, they change the color like the vaults would do. There's the rocks we were earlier. Right here is the Eververse tent. You can crouch kind of all the way to the back. But you see on the little boxes and the tables is EV, so it sounds like there will be more optional items. I don't know if there'll be microtransactions. I imagine there will be, but I don't know if they'll start with the later feature of where the first of certain activities every week you'll get a free box, like the Nightfall, first weekly strike, featured Crucible match, etc., etc. Alright, so here's the water wheel. I'm going to go try and jump onto that in a little bit. But you might have seen me walk under the building. There's kind of an open pipe brick area. It looks pretty nice. A pretty cool area with the globe. This is where our traveler speaker guys will be. Go under the bridge. There's a soccer ball rolling down off the field, or the pitch, as I think is actually the call out. I don't see the pictured call outs, but someone on Reddit said that it's apparently officially called the pitch, or maybe they said that in an interview or something. Alright, so here we go. We're about to now go as high as we can. We're going to jump onto here, the support, then onto the water wheel. And one of the cool new features they added, you kind of clamber a bit if you're a little bit short. Character will pull themselves up. pretty cool looking area. I'll actually take a screenshot of this, I think, a little bit later. I'm going to pan around, see everything you can see. Some giant nets over there. And one of the other things, if you weren't already aware, instead of having 12 people possible in a tower, you can now have up to 20 in the social space. I'm going to carefully make my way across this wire. I didn't want to fall and have to come all the way back up. You see there's a ladder over to my left. I have no idea if you can interact with that. I don't think so, because you've never been able to use ladders in Destiny before, but who knows? I didn't actually try that. I don't even think I saw that when I was coming here, when I just played this. I just observed that now doing this commentary. All right, so on top of this building is kind of a huge like observation tower. Maybe it's like their radio tower where they do make sure they're not going to be attacked again right here. Might look familiar as well. So there's a lot of computers everywhere. A lot of technical noises going on when you're around here, kind of like Star Wars droid noises. Lots of different walkways up here. There's probably going to be at least one dead ghost up here, I would imagine. So just trying to soak it all in, because again, this is only open for an hour and I got in at like 1:35. So there's only 20 something minutes to go when I got in. I was very carefully trying to jump onto that railing, but it wasn't going to work, so I just jumped back onto this box and then forward, and fortunately I was able to make it onto the wire. And we're going to make our way across to be on top of the hangar building. There's a cool banner with the Hunter, Titan, Warlock emblems. Alright, so up here again, a lot of walkways, a lot of different little computer parts. This big device that just passed to my left. Can't seem to fall in just these little panels, but there are some more open parts of the roof where you could probably fall into the building. Okay, so here's the top. Some ivy growing. Looking down at the soccer field, seeing where I could potentially land. Alright, so there, someone else scored a goal. I'm watching the flares go up. Nice little feature. I don't know if there will be an achievement for that, but I think that would be cool, or some kind of emblem. Maybe score a goal, or score 5 goals in one session or something. Alright, but that's essentially it. I'm going to walk to a couple other areas and eventually jump. In that jump, I saw the first guy doing on top of the one building, and then do a pan around to give you some views. But that's pretty much all I found in my about 19 minutes. There's kind of landing pads where your ships might drop people off. Other than that, thank you very much for watching. Hope you got a little teaser of what Destiny 2's new social space, The Farm, might be like. But again, no NPCs yet, none of the vendors, nothing to interact with, no vault, so they want to keep a lot of stuff hidden, which I like. I want it to be a surprise as well. But again, thank you very much for watching. Feel free to watch the last couple minutes to see some other angles and views. See me die one more time, I think. But this is Jeff from Respawn, and I'll be making a ton of Destiny 2 videos when it launches on September 6th. I'll see you then.